You guys remember when I said something real stupid? Forgot about fluid ounces. So I thought that like venti was like Italian for large. And I said it with such confidence on stream, and then people were like, no, it's Italian for 20 because it's 20 fluid ounces. And I was like, what the is a fluid ounce?
Cat, I'm a kitty cat, and I dance, 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 and I dance, dance, dance. Cat, I'm a kitty cat, and I meow, 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 and I meow, meow, meow.
Have you all ever heard about mums talk about the intoxicating smell their newborn baby gives off? That smell is actually the baby's brain coming through its undeveloped skull. Well, we had a good run.
Oh, looks like Margaret is talking with those two people over there. Wait, is that Rosaria? Huh. She's standing next to an adventurer Paimon doesn't recognize.
Finally, Rosaria gets to be in an event. Think she's also here to play with some cats?
Say no more, Valerina. I'll continue to help you out, just as Victoria requested. Look after the cats, check up on their health, give them a bath. These are all things well within my capabilities.
That doesn't solve our biggest problem, though, Miss Rosaria. The cats have been so anxious. If we can't get them to trust us, they're sure to get sick from all the anxiety. We just opened, and the furball fortress is already about to go under.
The fuck?
Well, panicking certainly isn't going to solve the problem. The fact is, neither of us has a way with cats. That's not something I can change.
Hi, Rosaria! And hello to you too, Miss Adventurer! Sounds like you're all really worried about something.
We love to eavesdrop on
Our
people.
cat saviors! They've appeared already!
What?
Saviors? Seems a bit sudden considering we just met.
I smell a commission coming.
I'll try to keep it short. My name's Valerina, and I really like small animals. Recently, I've been trying to set up a shelter for stray cats. I call it the Furball Fortress. I thought it would be a good way to rescue those poor animals that have nowhere to go. Plus, getting them off the streets will improve the overall environment and look at the city. It's a win-win. The sisters over at the church heard about my plans and sent over the kindly Miss Rosaria to help.
Kindly.
I wouldn't exactly describe myself as kindly.
Me too,
I just accepted the assignment from Victoria. After all, I was the only one with any knowledge of medicine, or the spare time to help.
Why does she have knowledge of medicine?
Well, it seems like you've got quite the plan, Valerina. Thanks for bringing us up to speed. So, what had you so worried just now? Are you short on Mora? Are you missing something you need?
No, I've got more than enough Mora.
Must
the
be nice.
funds, the location, the supplies, all the various procedures. They've all been settled. The main problem is, the cats. They, keep swatting at me. They're always hissing and swatting. They won't let me approach them, not even with treats.
The cats are afraid of me as well. They run away the minute I'm in the vicinity.
I'm kind of not surprised.
Paimon has heard something like this before. There's something about certain people that just makes cats afraid.
Bad vibes.
Huh. A kind-hearted cat rescuer who doesn't get along with cats. Seems like just visiting the cat's tail would be enough to leave you flustered, let alone running your own cat shelter.
Yeah, I don't know if this
That's
is
why we
the job for you,
consulted
lady.
an expert. But Miss Margaret wasn't able to offer a solution to our problem. She's short on workers, so she couldn't spare anyone to help us either. She did give us one piece of advice, though, to enlist the help of the Honorary Knight and their trusty helper in white. We had just wrapped up our conversation, and the next thing we knew, you two appeared before us like saviors sent by Lord Barbados himself.
Well,
Lord Barbados is
I'm
allergic
not
to
sure how
cats.
much Lord Barbados would know about taking care of cats.
Yeah.
But that aside, we've never even worked at a shelter before, but somehow we've been turned into the saviors of the entire operation.
We're just pro tags. I don't know what to tell you, Paimon. It's perfect timing, though, no?
Well, that's true. Even if Paimon has no experience working at a shelter, she's confident she can get on their good side just fine. Like, that's all we need to do here, right? We just need to show Valerina and Rosaria how to get friendly with the cats, and everything else should fall into line.
Feel free to focus your efforts on Valerina. Just call me if any of the cats need medical attention. If you all can keep the shelter running with minimal effort on my part, this errand might turn out to be a good use of my time after all. It's
She can
better
slug
than
off.
church activities in any case.
Ah, so that's why you agreed to help. You just
Yep.
wanted to shirk your church duties.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I should show you around first. Follow me, you two. Let's make our way to the Furball Fortress.
Oh, it's just a regular house. Gotta say, Paimon was expecting something a little bigger with fortress in the name and everything.
I like that they did the whole inside of a house just for this event. That's kind of fun.
This was the biggest space I could find in the city over the past few weeks.
Although it looks
The
very
rent
similar
is
to the
cheap,
Cat's Tail.
so that's a plus. A half a year's worth of rent, along with all the Cat's Tail inspired furnishings, only cost me a few million mora.
Huh?
Of course, not
That's
all of
cheap.
the cats will be staying indefinitely. We plan to offer some of the healthy ones up for adoption. As long as the new future owners prove capable and the cat seems like a good fit, they're welcome to take their new pet back to a loving home. This location is definitely good enough. We could even expand the business one day and start sheltering stray dogs, foxes, or even squirrels.
Good luck having them not
When
eat each
that
other.
day comes, though, I'll probably have to think of a different name. Maybe the Furball and Friends Fortress would
I mean,
be a
they're all
better fit.
furballs, technically.
I would suggest letting all of this play out first. You still don't know if the customers will even get along with the strays.
Huh? Look over there. That
Meow.
cat is staring at us.
Oh, it's the little white cat. She's super afraid of people.
She doesn't look that afraid
She
of
ran
people.
away when we tried to give her a bath. It took us forever to track her down again.
She looks so soft and clean, and her fur is so white and fluffy, just like fresh fallen snow. Wait, that's perfect! We should call her Snowball!
Tofu would be a good fit. Oh, okay. It's just
Ooh,
Snowball
those
now.
are some good names, Traveler, but Paimon thinks she likes Snowball best.
Well, okay.
Here, kitty kitty. That's it, Snowball. Good kitty. That's a good kitty.
So scared of humans, I guess.
It's been, what, a minute? And you already got the cat to listen to you. Did you see that, Miss Rosaria? She's practically a miracle worker. You really are a cat whisperer.
That was nothing. They may be strays, but as long as you give them a good name and call them with love, you're sure to gain their trust eventually. First
Sure.
things first, though, you gotta pay attention
I
to
love the
way
floating
you
up.
interact with them. How should Paimon put it? Basically, it all comes down to your demeanor. For example, you can't just stand there trembling in fear, Valerina. If you're afraid, the cats are sure to become afraid as well. As for you, Rosaria, you might want to keep an eye on your, facial expressions.
These poor creatures, picked up off the streets, given a name, and they now have a loving home. Fate is kind to even the lost souls who have wandered astray.
Rosaria law?
This city really has brought peace and happiness to us all.
Aww. That's such a soft moment from her. What the hell?
Hey, Snowball is snuggling up to Rosaria. Looks like she's not
Aw.
afraid of her anymore.
Did Rosaria just smile?
Holy shit. We should pretend like we didn't see anything.
No matter. There are more important things to focus on. Anyway, it's getting a bit stuffy in here. I'm going to go get some air. Call me if you need me.
Huh. Paimon thought Rosaria would be happier about that.
Please, teach me more of your ways, honorary knight.
I think
And
Rosaria is just
you
embarrassed that
too,
she showed
Oh,
emotion.
great cat whisperer. We're sure to get more and more strays coming to the Furball Fortress, and I doubt all of them will be as friendly as Snowball.
You just said she
There's
wasn't
still
friendly.
so much I don't know about interacting with them.
No problem. Just watch and learn. It's about time we move on to a more Advanced lesson. How to get the cats not to just trust you, but to like you. It's all about patience.
It's
As long as you put in the
so
effort
easy.
to get to know them, you'll become best friends in no time.
Paimon, I don't think this is proper cat advice.
The Furball Fortress is still in its trial phase, so the more I can learn at this stage, the better.
I like how she knows nothing about how to take care of cats. And yet, she just decided to open up, like, a cat adoption place. You must take various requirements into consideration when setting up your fluffy feline home. There are 3 attributes in this event: comfiness, durability, and aesthetics. You are required to select one suitable furnishing of each type in such a way that the overall area fits the 3 attribute requirements exactly, no more and no less. The icon of the furnishing's primary attribute will be displayed in the upper left corner of the interface. In addition to the main attribute, it will also provide a small amount of other attributes. None of this is going into my brain, to be honest. There is only one unique combination of furnishings that furnishes the attributes needed to complete the challenge, and the furnishings that comprise that combination have appearances that complement each other the best. After you've completed your fluffy feline home setup, you can place food into the cat bowl to be acknowledged by them. After you have fed a cat, you can call the corresponding cat at the throne of Meower or invite it to play directly. Honorary Knight, Cat Whisperer Paimon, are you too tired? Would you like something to eat or drink? Or perhaps a massage to relax your muscles? Never mind that for now. Let's talk business. That's right, it can't have been cheap setting up this furball fortress. Even Paimon knows that. If there's a problem with the finances, don't hesitate to let us know and we'll figure something out. Ah, so that's what you were concerned about. Well, we've nothing to worry about as far as Mora is concerned. My parents are both merchants. Not super rich, but they do support me with operational funds each month, enough for a few million Mora, so running the fortress is no big deal at all. I might look like a stiff breeze could blow me away, but I was the riddle solver in my adventuring team back when I was with the Adventurers Guild. So you're still wearing the outfit? Quite often, my entire team relied on my intelligence to overcome the strange mechanisms in the ruins and get us to the treasure. Alright, Farazan, go off. That's to say, I didn't come cheap if anyone wanted to hire me as a freelance adventurer. I used to take on quite a bit of work too. Sometimes he'd even complete over 10 missions in a month. I do 4 a day, and what? In fact, the more I earned on my own has surpassed the operational funds my parents provide me with. At this point, I have enough to handle my daily expenses for a lifetime and then some. I don't really have any hobbies, and now the money that was just sitting in my savings is being used to help cats today and tomorrow. It might help more animals still. That works out just as it should, don't you think? Wow, you're certainly wealthy beyond Paimon's expectations. Hang on, what do you mean that works out just as it should? How should I put this? I've been part of many adventuring teams in my time, and I've dealt with all sorts of animal-loving people and pets. I've also met some compassionate souls asking others, and even the Knights of Favonia saw the church to adopt stray animals. This, while they themselves don't have any money beyond that needed to support themselves. Some good souls with the means, on the other hand, donate enough Mora to take care of 1 or 2 stray cats. They're good role models. I mean, it's good to have sympathy, but I don't really like asking others to do things that they, well, aren't even responsible for in the first place, you know? Just because of your own feelings. That's why solving this problem is a job for someone who's both willing and rich, like me. Damn. I'll pay and I'll do my part. Of course, I'll stop bothering you two and Miss Rosaria once I've learned how to get along with cats. Huh. You know what, Valerina? That's kinda cool. Paimon didn't know that you had this side to you. Those stray cats are real lucky to have met someone like you. Paimon sure hopes that the Furball Fortress will help more cats in the future. Well done indeed. Such wonderful praise from the Honorary Knight and Cat Whisperer Paimon. Now I'm getting really pumped up again. I'll keep working at it. I will learn how to communicate with cats and manage the fortress as best I can. Food and drinks? Huh, did you set up a kitchen in here, Valerina? Paimon hasn't seen one. And what about the chef? Or are you going to step up to the plate? As you can see, while this place isn't officially open yet, some guests still stay here for long periods of time. And I wouldn't say making them go out and buy food and drinks themselves is an ideal situation. As such, I've set things up with Sarah at Good Hunter so that if our guests have requests for takeout, they can leave them with me. Then Ms. Rosario or I will put the order in at Good Hunter. I'm not running this place to make a profit, so the prices for ordering takeout will be the same as getting it straight from the restaurant. Wait, you're not even charging them for the delivery fee? I'm sure our guests will be thrilled to be able to enjoy delicious food at the original price while playing with cats. Cat Cafe. Right? Even you think it's a great idea, don't you, Cat Whisperer? Once the fortress officially opens, this can be one of its selling points. The more people we attract, the more likely the cats are to find a suitable owner. Once the number of visitors and the rate at which I adopt cats reaches a nice balance, I'll consider expanding the scale of our operations. Once that happens, we'll be able to add a management area and areas in which other stray animals can be adopted. Though that's an issue I'll have to plan out in the future. Just leave the business operations and data gathering to me. Don't sweat that stuff. Place. I just wanted to see. Shut up. Too much comfiness. Ah, perfect. Okay. Play with the cat after feeding it. Snowball, pure ball of white. Blah, blah. I don't know why I couldn't read that. Hi, Bestie. You can select a cat from the Throne of Meower or directly invite a cat to come and play. The cat's friendship levels are as follows: trusted, cherished, inseparable. The 8 points where you can pet the cat are the right ear, left ear, face, lower body, upper body, tail, right paw, and left paw. Different cats have their own preferences for where they wish to be petted. Press in order to pet the cat. If you pet right where the cat likes it, its friendliness to you will increase, but this value will remain the same or even decrease should you pet a spot that displeases the feline. Repeatedly petting the same part of a cat will cause friendliness to increase by less and less, until it no longer increases at all. As such, you must adjust your approach and pet the cat in different spots. After you have switched up the places you are petting it a certain number of times, this cat's rate of friendliness increase will reset across all the body parts it likes to be petted. Once a cat's friendship level has increased to the next stage, areas where it did not enjoy being petted may change, and it may now permit you to pet it in new places. Use your keen observation and get along with them now. Okay, happy. Happy. Doesn't care about that. Wait, what's the places? Right, left, face, lower body, upper body. Okay. Aww. Cute. Oh. Right here? No. Okay. Oh, no. You may claim the rewards now. Yay. You like that? Oh, you like that now. Oh, you still don't like that ear? Okay, but you like that one. Interesting. Do you like the tail yet? No. No, still don't like that. Okay. Interesting that you like one ear but not the rest. Yay. Yay, we're inseparable. Woohoo. Do you like the tail now? You do. Aww, cute. Joyful session spent playing with a cat. Oh, hi Mona. Meow? This isn't voiced? Why is this not voiced? Is this really how cats greet one another? I wonder if my pronunciation's on point. Meow? Looks like Snowball didn't understand even a whisker. Mona, are you trying to speak cat? Professor Magistus, that is not how you pronounce it. Hey, roar sounds more like tigers or lions. That's a good way to frighten a kitty and turn it into a scaredy cat. Harley, Paimon, so the rumours were true. You really are working at the Furball Fortress. Working probably isn't the right word. We're helping Valerina and Rosaria out, so we're more like consultants. Yeah, that's it. Being called a consultant sounds really impressive. By the way, Great Astrologer Mona, are you looking to adopt a cat to assist you in your astronomical observations? Based on my understanding of astrology, it shouldn't be too hard to teach a cat to read the various aspects of the stars. I might even teach one to help me write manuscripts. Steal a peek at Snowball. Oh my god, wait. Mona canonically getting a cat? Boldly stare straight at Snowball. Meow. On second thought, maybe not. One who can only read the stars, but is ill-versed at stringing words together, would not suffice to convey my illuminating insights. If I really needed an assistant, it would be better to just take a trip to Fontaine and recruit some staff member from the Steambird, or find a Melusine who can use a typewriter and bring them back to Mondstadt. Were I to really adopt a cat, at most it would be to play with it a bit, to relax and relieve the stress from the exhaustion of academic inquiry. One mustn't be a bad owner. When you get tired, it would be best if the cat is tired enough for a catnap as well. Before I set foot in here, I never imagined hanging out with cats would be such a joy. Ah, how wonderful life would be if we could always be happy like this. Adopt the cat, adopt the cat. Looks like you're going to be a really conscientious owner. Guess this cat's going to be in fine hands. But I've also heard that some cats can be quite rambunctious, always jumping around, biting and clawing the furniture. Imagine my manuscripts or astrology tomes ruined by feline canines. That'd be troublesome indeed. Making a snack out of precious books? Paimon can barely imagine something so terrifying. Huh? Snowball looks quite well behaved, but seems not to comprehend my meaning. Perhaps we lack that special connection. You've just met her. So I would like to observe a bit more. You know, keep an eye out for obedient cats. Oh, and I must calculate the cost of a cat bed, cat food, and other expenses. Not too luxurious, but also not so shabby. Wouldn't do to submit the cat to hardship. It's okay, take your time. Yeah, Valerina said she'll adopt even more strays in the future, so even if no cats catch your eye today, you can always come back often to play and have a look. Meow. Well, I do find inspiration sometimes when I play with the cats. But as I do, I find my motivation to write waning. On the other end, you're always raring to go every time I see you. It's almost as if you're simply inexhaustible. Are the manuscripts being difficult lately? Difficult is not the phrasing I'd use. Not ideal in quality, perhaps. Though the results of my astrological observations are crystal clear, and my mind is equally sure about how it wants to convey them, I just can't put quill to paper. If I were to put out something wishy-washy under these circumstances, the quality would not be worthy of the name of Mona Magistus the Astrologist. Ah, so it's not just burnout, but the high expectations you have for yourself. I feel attacked. Yes, and it was at such a moment that I happened to hear about the trial opening of the Furball Fortress, and thought I'd come and try relaxing a bit here. You know, get myself back in the right state of mind. But after playing with the cats, I found that I was too relaxed, while the study of the stars and penning papers requires a certain seriousness. That's totally normal. Maybe you just haven't played enough. If you cut playtime short and force yourself to work, it's no surprise that you won't be able to focus. Just don't think about anything, empty your head completely, and just take a nap when you tire yourself out from playing. You'll definitely be full of energy and enthusiasm the next day. But what if you still just want to have fun? You do have a point, Paimon, which does fit with another possibility, which is that the current course of fate has yet to come into contact with some key factor. Deadlines are fixed, but days suited to important work are flexible. We must wait for the crucial sign. But for now, I shall follow your advice and stop thinking. So true. I'll continue enjoying myself here in the Furball Fortress. Who knows, the sign that I should pick up my pen just might come tomorrow. Thanks, Harley, and you too, Paimon. Hold on, we're not workaholics either. Yeah, we're always travelling, so we don't do too much exhausting work. Travelling's exhausting. But when I dropped by the Steambird before to take care of some things, I noticed an editor compiling mountains of notes. Hundreds were related to a blonde traveller. Destroying the puffer flute floating here and there, defeating monsters and bandits up and down the land, escorting masterless cargo through dangerous areas. And even every 7 days, taking care of commissions from ordinary citizens, sometimes completing dangerous bounties. Your weekly workload is practically 14 to 70 times that of some elite adventurers. Some people even ask for star readings to predict when you'll arrive, just so they can hire you. Huh. So we actually that hardworking and popular? If you could apply that same industriousness to helping me write articles, I mean, I would provide a detailed summary and the underlying theoretical basis, and you would just help me put it to paper. We could probably publish hundreds of papers in a year. No, we'd be able to publish a slew of books with tons of time to spare. Great, and what would my cut be? Paimon's not sure you get paid all that much for your writing anyway. Brutal. Would there be enough left if we split the proceeds? We'd split it down the middle regardless of the amount, of course. With my brains and your tireless toil, it would be a completely fair arrangement. The more we write, the more we'll sell, and the greater the readership. The income will naturally grow substantially. Oh, I've prepared a whole bunch of theses. So many that I'd not run out of material, even if I proceeded at an ideal pace for several years. I'll wager that plenty of those articles will end up being cited and utilised by the academic community. And oh, those licensing fees will be glorious. Anyway, if you're willing, then we can discuss the details once I've finished preparations. Who knows? Perhaps we'll become an ace astrology arrangement with the highest proportion of thesis contributions. God damn, Mona. I'm sorry. Not playing with the cats? Or do you have a takeout order for me to take care of? What do you think of this job? You don't seem to play with the cats much. Do you find this boring? It's alright. Boring and interesting are relative. I don't anticipate any major incidents or accidents occurring here. It's a very ordinary job, little different from staying at the church. No, there are some differences. Some of these cats are very clever, and they understand me just fine. I find interacting with them interesting enough. And even though Valerina is quite similar to Victoria in the way she finds things for me to do, they do have very different ways of doing things. It's a fresh experience, I suppose, and that in itself is new. It's not a bad feeling. Well, that's great. Paimon thinks you'll get along pretty well with Valerina and the cats, really. You do indeed get along well. Thank you, and I hope things stay that way. Which cat do you like the most? Paimon's curious too. Have you ever found a cat you'd like to get close to, or wanted to take good care of? That's rather sudden, but I suppose it's natural for people to be curious about things like that. I would say no. Wow, that was quick. That's a surprise. Different people have their own definitions of the word like. To me, right now, there's no living being or object I think of in those terms. Damn. That said, it's about the same for things I dislike. So you're just neutral in everything? I think that's called mental illness. My willingness to care for these cats, to spend my time on them, is because it's my job. Or should I say that it's a problem before me that requires little effort on my part to solve, so why not? If nothing else, this job's presented me with some pleasant surprises. I'd consider that good enough. Paimon didn't really get that, but it sounds positive? Don't worry, I didn't get it either. Don't overthink it. Life's like a placid lake most of the time. You just need to get used to it. And if you can't, I'm sure someone of your ability can change all you see before you. Good luck either way. That's too much comfiness. Yeah. Requirements met. Definitely Disney. Interesting. Gray and white cat agile as a wild rabbit. Aww. You done? But nope, didn't like that. You like the tail? No. Okay. What about this paw? Oh, you like this paw? No, not that one. Some like their tail stroked. I've met cats that like their tail. The chin isn't one of the options. These are the options. But yeah, all cats like different things. And the mechanics of this specifically are like, they enjoy other parts of their body touched after the friendship goes up. Oh, not that though. See? Likes the tail now. Told ya. He loves me now. Cute. What do you want to tell me? Joyful session spent playing with the cat. Ah, Amber. I can't believe this is not voice. What is the point? Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Wait, it's queerbunny. Both Bunny and Amber have a point. Oh, so that's it. A most astute observation. Actually, Paimon doesn't really get it either, but she can tell that Amber and Bunny have reached an understanding. Harley, Paimon, you're here! I was just thinking about going to look for you. I've already heard all about how you're helping Valerina with the furball fortress. That's the Harley and Paimon for you. The second you're back in Mondstadt, you're already being such a huge help. I, the honorary knight, will fulfill my mission, no matter its nature. Speaking of which, what were you and Bunny discussing just now? You seem to be having a really fun conversation. Meow, meow, meow. Oh, I was just asking Bunny about the weather, and whether or not it would rain. Huh? Do cats know that kind of thing? Hehe, Lisa said something about that. According to a book she read, cats are very sensitive to humidity, and don't like the feeling of being wet. So if they notice a sudden increase in the humidity, they'll start nervously pouring their faces and licking their fur. Once a cat does something like that, it's a sign that a large rainstorm is likely on its way. Is that true? Whoa, Paimon had no idea. That's so cool. Guess we just learned something amazing by accident. In that case, Harley, let's pay more attention to cats during our travels. That way we won't keep getting soaked by huge downpours from those big black clouds. Since when haven't I paid close attention to cute kitties? I originally came here to ask Valerina about something, but just as I was talking to her, this little kitty snuggled up close to me and yawned so loudly. It was just too cute. Since she was so affectionate towards me, then I need to show how friendly I am too. That's when I remembered what Lisa told me, so I went ahead and asked Bunny about the weather. But she responded by rubbing her face, then wagging her tail, then lying on the ground snuggling against my hand. So is it actually going to rain or not over the next few days? Hey, you two! You're doing such a great job managing this place. I never imagined you'd be so good at this too. As long as you're enjoying yourself, Amber. That's right. Valerina also orders food from Good Hunter, so Amber, you can stay here and play when you're on vacation. Oh, speaking of work, have you finished all your recent missions, Amber? When you were asking Bunny about the weather, was it because you have to go out on gliding patrol soon? Relax, no need to worry. I won't be going out on patrol today. I was just asking Bunny about the weather to make conversation, that's all. I'm here today for 2 reasons. First, to satisfy my own curiosity, and second, to help a friend. I have a friend who's very skilled at making handicrafts, and used to make all kinds of toys for kitties and doggies. Many of the furnishings at the Cat's Tail were made by her. After I heard about the furball fortress, she contacted Valerina and supplied some furniture and toys, the very same ones you see here in fact. What I didn't imagine was that Valerina couldn't bear to accept donations and insisted on paying her. Why are we not getting paid? Now that the fortress is a few days into its trial opening, my friend wants to understand whether or not the cats like her toys, but she doesn't really have time, and she doesn't understand cats very well either. So I'm here to conduct an on-the-spot inspection, and the results are in. Full marks. If even the person making cat toys can't communicate with them, how do you manage it, Amber? You practice with Baron Bunny? I don't know either. Maybe you're right, Harley. Those two both sound like good reasons. But maybe there's another, and that's my duties as an outrider? Outriders are different from scouts, who need to both quickly obtain intelligence on the enemy, but also strike first. Outriders need to do their best to stay out of sight and use every means at their disposal to gather intel. Sometimes the chirping of birds, the bouncing of squirrels, and the grunting of boars can tell me what I need to know about monsters. If I'm lucky, animals that are familiar with me will come up and warn me of monsters of their own accord when they see me in areas I often patrol. Whether they do it by chirping, bouncing, or grunting, they all mean pretty much the same thing. Ooh, scary! There's bad guys over there. Compared to those sensitive wild animals, the cats outside are really easy to communicate with. Never mind these super well-behaved little kitties in the furball fortress. But Paimon never imagined that Outriders would have to master skills like those. If it was Paimon, she'd probably get dizzy just trying to listen for a little while. Oh, it's not some essential skill, it's just something I picked up from my experiences. For an Outrider, the most important skill to master is using a wind glider. On that note, Harley, your wind glider skills haven't gotten rusty in your long absence from Mondstadt, have they? Would you like to test me personally, Instructor Amber? Now that's the spirit, that's what I like to see. The next time we meet, I'll be sure to give you a real test. If your skills really are even sharper than before, then I'll personally make you some sticky honey roast. Yay! Amber's sticky honey roast! Let's find a time to practice a bit more soon, Harley. You've got to make sure you can back your boasts up. What kind of cats do you like, Amber? Me? I'm not really sure myself. Each cat is cute in its own way, so it's really hard to compare. That's true. Fur color, build, fur patterns, eyes, ears. There are combinations of characteristics beyond count. If Paimon had to choose, she wouldn't be able to pick either. Though when you put it that way, I don't think I've ever seen a red cat. A pyro kitty! If there really were red cats, Paimon bets they'd be super energetic and wreck the whole house if they got upset. Well, Tevat's a big place. You can find all manner of amazing and mysterious things here. Just think about it. There are slimes of all different elements and colours, so maybe there are cats with all sorts of fantastic and exotic colours in some place we've never heard of. Is that Natlan lore? Question mark. Yeah, you know, the Grandmaster's really experienced and knowledgeable, so maybe he's seen some during his travels. Once he comes back, let's find an opportunity to sit down and talk together. We can ask him then. I feel like maybe they'll release Vaka with Dawnman Port. That was just a random thought I had. Do, 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 do. Nice. Not sure when it happened, but a small smoky cloud of fur appeared. Aww. Happy. Oh! Saws. Less than 4 months speedrunning it. You don't need to speedrun it. It's not gonna take you 4 months. Oh, shit, okay. My bad. No. What about the other ear? No. Okay. Booked all the games until mid-June, July. I mean, fair. Yay. Nope, still don't like that. Okay. Makes his tail rubbed. Do you like your ears? No? Okay. The 24-hour genshin so you never touch it again for at least 6 months. Why you do this? You can just like play things normally. Yay. Cutie. I only thought I would see the day. Well, Harley asked the chatter to be normal. You know, fair enough. Joyful session spent. Okay. Oh, hi, Razor. Meow. It's you. Me. I'm talking. Talking. Razor, are you talking to Dustball? Meow. Meow meow. It seems like Dustball is trying to say, that's right. A familiar scent. Looking for friends. It is good. Happy. Meow. Meow. Friends followed the scent. You came too. Happy. On your body, the smell of wind and rain. Very familiar. The scent of cats? Also familiar. Paimon, very sweet scent. Smell good. Eh? Sweet. Could that be the flavour of the pancakes Valerina gave us? Did Paimon eat that many? I gave you half of my portion, remember? Really? Paimon didn't even notice. It's all the pancakes' fault for being so delicious. And Paimon also wants to eat sweet madames, steaks, and hash browns. Oh, and drink some apple cider. Okay, that's the menu for the next meal then. Come on, Harley, let's go place our order with Valerina. You come too, Razor. Thank you. Dustball has brought me lots of nuts. I'm being normal. And meat boxes. I am very full. Sounds like Valerina ordered delivery then. Did Dustball deliver the food to you, Razor? Meow meow. Meow. Paimon never imagined that the cats would actually end up taking care of the customers here in the Furball Fortress. Looks like you really are the cat's meow, eh, Razor? Seeing Lupical, I am happy. Razor, are you acquainted with Dustball? It sleeps outside city wall. Takes me there. Very comfy. It has many friends. Many. Outside city. Starving. Inside the city, there's food. Me. Hunting. There's food. Oh, so you already made friends with Dustball outside the city? Sounds like you do have quite a few friends out there. Then they deliver the food out to their friends outside. Why don't those little cats just come inside the city? Sure, the walls might be a little high, but there's shelter from the wind and rain and plenty to eat. They like butterflies flying high. They don't like places without wind. Dustball different. Like people more. He wants to give food to friends. His friends like human food. They like human food but don't want to live in the city. Those are some pretty fickle cats. He wants to bring friends inside. Use food, bring them inside. That actually might do the trick. But if we bring all those cats over here from outside, will the Furball Fortress be able to handle it? If this place was really filled to the brim with all kinds of cats, Valerina would be really happy, but the funds might... Cats good, food good, hungry, bad. I will help. Anyway, we should make sure that the cats are fed first. Yeah, no matter what, we should take care of delivering the food before anything else. If only we could convince them to come live in the city. And we need to explain things to Valerina. That's right, after all, the costs of running this Furball Fortress are all coming right out of her pocket. Razor, how are the cats outside the city doing right now? Past few days, brought food to friends. Now they not hungry. Phew, that's a relief. Now that we don't have to worry about the cats suffering from hunger pangs while we speak, we can go discuss this with Valerina. Thank you, Lupical. When with you, no need to worry. Black and white piebald cats swag us into the Furball Fortress through the main entrance. Oh, nope, didn't like that, okay. Is it the spot where the potion store was? Oh, okay, thank you. Oh. No. Want to live in the Furball Fortress? That is understandable. Have a nice day. Likes the ear. Okay. But this ear. Likes that one. He's a baby. Boop. Oh. Yay. I'm supposed to look at new septum rings when I don't remember the gauge on my current one. That seems like a you problem, bestie. Oh. So dramatic. Error. Happy. I boop you. Boop. 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 Joyful session. It's official. Oh ho ho! So this is the rumored sacred land that people name the Furball Fortress, and yet it is furnished in such a prosaic manner. Shabby, one might even call it. Surely a few swings woven from the vines of purple agate grapes might be built. Pure silver lamps mounted with candles made of abyssal sea salt, all the better to light the cat-feeding platters with the motifs of nightborn stars. And, yes, statues, forged in the image of cat familiars by melting the venerable coinage of lost dynasties and adorning them with strange pearls and dewdrops from the depths of a fjord. Surely this would make for an amenable choice. You surely must agree, do you not, dear familiar? You have yet to declare your name to the princess, and think on that then, and know that it shall be your utmost honour to be known to her. Meow? Dopey. His name is Dopey, esteemed princessin. Dopey isn't the brightest, and he can't really understand or appreciate your exquisite choice of words. Please, show him clemency, princessin. Hey, wait, no, that's not right. Why does Paimon get like this whenever she sees Fischl? I, the great cat conjurer, sincerely pay my humble respects. As I anticipated, cat conjurers, though hath once more been brought before our august person by the weavings of the threads of fate. 'Tis a most pleasing reunion. What a title. Looks like Fischl heard about us from Valerina. By your counsel, much thought have I given of late within Immunacti to realize the ingenuities obtained from prior experiences, and I have decided to select the most sagacious and sensible of cat familiars to accompany my eminent person on my sojourns. Meow. Oh, so you were also planning to taking care of a cat, Fischl? Well, understandable. Most people want to have their own after seeing just how adorable they are. But Fischl, don't you already have Oz? And the two of you tend to move really fast. Can a cat keep up? Or are you going to have Oz fly while carrying the cat? Humph! I, the Princess and Urtalong, often traverse 3,000 universes. Though such a journey may not be long, having more suitable companions and gaining insight into things easily overlooked naturally wouldn't hurt. Oz would also would like to have a cat familiar to play, to join forces with to guarantee that my moon shall shine bright as moonlight every second of every day. Yet 'tis a shame that though Oz went to great pains to don a form that sets most at ease, he could not diminish his majesty fully, and could not approach the cat familiars. Whenever dear Oz gets within 5 paces of a cat familiar, their fur shall inadvertently stand on end, and inflate like a bloaty floaty unmoored. Any closer, and terror overtakes them, and they flee for the hills. The Animo Archon's devoted and loyal nuns recommended that Oz repose without, and as their advice was sound, I graciously assented. Majesty? Oh, right, Paimon gets it. You mean that Oz's body has so much electro energy that the second he enters the Furball Fortress, all the feline fur gets electrified, right? But if that's true, then how could a cat ever travel with you, Fischl? If only there was some material in Teyvat that could block the effects of electro. Then we could make cat clothes out of that material, and then a cat could travel with you and Oz no problem. Meow? Those electro slimes will be no match once I have donned this panoply of war. Panoply? Sure. But now that Paimon thinks about it, elemental power is super duper mega strong. If there was a material that could just easily resist something as powerful as the elements, that would be too good to be true. We probably shouldn't stand around daydreaming. Ah, the naivete. Do not jump to judge a cat familiar's talents through common sense. The semantic resources of mere mortal words struggle to accurately convey their properties. Perhaps somewhere in this world there exists a cat familiar that can dive deep into the depths, endure in an inferno, and ride upon the wind. Such a special entity would surely have no fear of thunder or lightning. So long as I am patient in my search, I shall find it, Forsooth, even if I should seek for 10 years or 100, it shall be but a fleeting instant in the Immonachreich. Additionally, the devotion to one's development in life is as important as the innate nature one is born with. I see this dopey has immense potential. Perhaps after joining my retinue for a spell, it will become all the more familiar with the power of Electro. By happenstance, I, the Prinzessin, have disentangled a myriad menial affairs, thus allowing myself a tincture of time to spare. Perhaps, then, it shall not hurt, endeavouring to stay here and familiarise myself with these cat familiars, particularly this dopey. Meow. Then Paimon hopes you'll have fun here in the Furball Fortress, Fischl. The difference between Fischl and Razor is so funny. No need to tremble before the Prinzessin. You have done well indeed to care for these cat familiars. Flawlessly, even. Keep up the fine work. As the Prinzessin der Verurteilung, I shall remain here for a bit longer, reading the poetry of the soul of these feline familiars. Your Royal Highness, the Prinzessin der Verurteilung, how proceedeth thy reading? Yeah, Paimon's curious too. How are you getting along with the cats? Did you find any special ones? Humph. It has been just a few short days, merely a snap of the fingers, however, and our promising feline retainers are yet deep in preparation to display their prodigious capabilities before my royal person. Only this creature with a name most humble, as though it was seeking to actively conceal its unique talents, this dopey, has dared to respond to my tests, and has proven relatively cooperative. Praiseworthy indeed. Wait, so the other cats just gave you the cold shoulder because they couldn't understand your unique way of speaking? And only Dopey is usually willing to spend time with you? Blasphemous slander! How could that be? Such topics are unworthy of further examination. Cat conjurers, the time has come for you to demonstrate your wisdom and offer up your counsel to mine august person. I am sure that by this time, you have long since gained deep insight into all the habits and favourite victuals fancied by the feline familiars here within the Furball Fortress. Oh, so you just wanted to ask what the cats like to eat? That's an easy one. You sure are a quick study. The moment you noticed the cats ignoring you, you immediately thought of using food to get close to them. Most wise, mine Prinzessin. You describe the food preferences of several cats to Fischl, come up with a few combinations that might make them especially happy. As expected, such an intricate formulation could surely only be mastered by you, my cat conjurers most clever. To discern the potential of each of these feline retainers, I, the Prinzessin, must also reveal a suitable skill amongst my talents unnumbered, and show these cats the world. Good luck, Fischl. But remember to exercise portion control. Even if it's their favourite foods, cats can't eat too much. Don't let them pig out or waste food. Paimon? Hey! Why are you looking at Paimon like that? Paimon always orders what she likes and finishes every morsel. She would never waste a crumb. At least, Paimon doesn't think she's ever wasted anything. As for picking out, Paimon may sometimes eat a bit more than usual, but that can't really count as picking out. Paimon. How has Oz been lately? Oh right, what's Oz been up to while you've been playing in the Furball Fortress? Is he just waiting by the door? Or did he go outside the city by himself? Could that be dangerous for him? Oh, do not jest. This is Oz we speak of, Osvaldo Hrafnavines, the being who reigns supreme over 3 universes. Surely you are not concerned for his safety. Hardly necessary, I do say. Even at 100 paces, 1,000 paces, any harbouring treacherous intent would be overwhelmed and overawed by the mysterious depth of his gaze, and would never dare to act rashly. In our journey through the ages, it is inevitable that Oz and I will sometimes act separately. When Oz is not at his place by my side, he prefers peace and quiet, and will actively conceal his person rather than chat with mortals. Simply by observing the placid surface of a lake. It's the second time placid lake has been mentioned. Oz can sift through millions upon millions of memories, and from them allow entirely new philosophies yet undreamt of to bubble up. This is one of his favourite pastimes. Paimon thinks she gets it. He should be by Cider Lake right now, somewhere we can't see, resting and enjoying the breeze. So you get to have fun in the Furball Fortress, while Oz gets to treat himself, resting the way he likes. Seems like a good deal for all. Very good indeed. Naturally, I, the Princess Endervertelung, cannot long linger here in this furball fortress, for the pressing matters of many different worlds await the attention of Oz and myself. The next time I see you two, my good cat conjurers, I shall surely have sought out a cat familiar who fears not Oz's might and majesty. She's so wordy, holy shit. How does Brittany Cox do it?
The cat is hissing at me, Miss Rosaria. I'm scared.
Oh my god.
You should probably give him some space. Get too close and all that swatting might catch you in the face.
Oh no, seems like Valerina has run into some more cat-sized trouble.
Looks like the shelter has a new stray.
Honorary Knight, Cat Whisperer. This big cat just barged in here after Snowball. He must have spotted her when she went out for a walk and followed her all the way back here.
Easy, easy. No one's going to hurt you here.
Oh.
All those evil things, all those bad people who forced you to do whatever it took to survive, they can't find you here. You're safe within these walls.
Rosaria Lord.
You're surrounded by good people now. Their constant hovering might get a little annoying, but it's all for your own good. Just relax. A life of leisure isn't a bad thing, you know. You just have to get used to it.
He understood all that?
Looks like it worked. Smart cat.
Whoa, this cat is way bigger than the others. His coloring looks like fresh squeezed Buell fruit juice. And he's wearing a scarf too! Huh? Looks like there's some sort of design on it. Oh, it's the symbol of the Knights of Avonius! He deserves a name fit for a knight then. He is pretty feisty. How about Sir Pouncelot?
Oh.
You really do have a way with cats. He looks way more at ease now.
Paimon thinks you deserve to take the credit this time. Sir Pouncelot seemed to calm down right after everything you said to him.
Don't know anything about Rosaria, but it feels like she might also be talking about herself here. We really don't know much about Rosaria in general. All we know is that she just showed up and she's the most gothic nun you've ever seen. We know she has like a bit of a dark past. Potentially she was an assassin. Best girl Rosaria's involved? Yep. You're getting much better with them, Rosaria.
It doesn't matter to me either way. Although, the fact that they're cute doesn't hurt.
Let Paimon show you how to put Sir Pouncelot completely at ease. Paimon just needs to work a bit more of her magic and he'll be as happy as can be.
I like his eyes. Maybe that. Oh, cute. Yay. You're in love with this quest? A lot of people like it. So relax slightly and that's how a gentle meow as though permitting you to approach. Oh, thank you. Oh! Alright. Oh. Oh, it likes that. Okay. Tail? Nope. Oh! Paw? Oh, it likes the paw. Okay. That paw. Likes that paw. What about this one? Likes that. What about the ear? Likes the ear. This ear? Likes that one. Oh! You liked the tail before! What are you on about? You fucking love cars. Yay. Wait, nope, you don't like the face yet. Okay. What a quote. You liked the tail before, didn't you? Oh, maybe I'm misremembering. Yay. We got a baby.
Aw, that's a good kitty, Sir Pouncelot. You better be on your best behavior from now on, okay? Don't go causing trouble now. Paimon knows you're a sweet, happy little cat. You'll get along with everyone just fine.
He's so adorable. I just want to scratch his head and pinch his little cheeks.
He does have a certain endearing quality about him. When he's not causing trouble, that is. I wonder how he got that injury around his eye.
The traces of restorative potion indicate that Sir Pouncelot should be in the vicinity.
What?
Huh? Oh, it's the traveler Paimon and Sister Rosaria. And you must be an adventurer.
I didn't even know the cat's name.
I don't believe we've met. It appears Sir Pouncelot has taken quite the liking to you.
Albedo! It's been such a long time! It's super great to see you. But are you sure you're in the right place?
I'm assuming the captain of the investigation team is here for some important reason.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. How did I get his name right?
Captain? He's a captain of the Knights of Favonius? An important officer just showed up without warning. And I don't even have any refreshments or snacks to offer. Please, allow me to explain, sir. I assure you, this shelter is operating under a legitimate business license. All proper procedures have been followed.
Assuming that Albedo has arrived to investigate her business, Valerina frantically searches for the relevant documents while explaining the purpose of the shelter. Valerina appears intimidated by the identity of the visitor, unaware that the investigation team doesn't handle such inspections.
There's no need to worry. I was simply in the area helping my team address a small issue. Namely, the location of this cat right here. Not too long ago, Interim Team Feline Treatment Case Number 3, Sir Pouncelot, knocked out the weapons officer who was watching over him. He then fled and disappeared into the city. We knew we had to recover him as fast as possible. The cat belongs to the investigation team, and even bears the insignia of the Knights of Favonius. If he were to wreak havoc across the city, well, that would hardly be a welcome result for any party involved.
Aww. That would explain the Knights of Favonius symbol.
You're saying Sir Pouncelot is capable of knocking out a knight? And what's with all those official-sounding titles you added to his name? Interim treatment case something or other? Is there something else you're not telling us?
Well, I suppose I should explain. 2 months ago, Sir Pouncelot got lost in the wild and accidentally ingested whopperflower nectar. Due to certain effects that are not entirely understood as of yet, the nectar caused him to triple in size.
Well, shit.
Triple? Even regular-sized cats can get pretty bold when they're upset. A cat triple the size? Oh, Paimon bets even
He's
a
not
hilly
that
troll
big.
wouldn't be enough to scare off a cat like that.
So that's what happened. No wonder he was so anxious. For cats, or really any animal that lives in the wild, a larger size doesn't exactly confer many advantages. What it actually does is make their appearance more noticeable and their movements less nimble. Which in turn means living in perpetual danger of exposing themselves to attacks from predators. In other words, it means living in a constant state of fear.
Exactly. When Sir Pouncelot stumbled upon our encampment, he looked quite worse for wear. His entire body was riddled with scars, and he appeared exceptionally anxious.
That's awful. I guess he had a good reason for all that swatting earlier then. If all that had happened to me, I would be afraid of new people and strange animals too.
You don't need to worry too much. The problem has already been solved. I administered a restorative potion to eliminate the alchemical effects of the whopper flower nectar and help him return to a normal size. Although he still might appear a bit larger than the average cat, his current size, at least, should pose no more threat to his quality of life. While in our care, various knights have been taking turns watching over him. In light of his feisty demeanor, Klee decided to call him Sir Pouncelot. We all thought it was quite fitting. We even made him that little scarf as a testament to his time among our ranks.
Whoa, Klee and Paimon were totally on the same wavelength with this one! We thought of the exact same name! Great minds really do think alike.
Sir Pouncelot's extreme level of anxiety and caution around people may be a result of residual trauma from the time of his transformation. You could say he was less than friendly towards the weapons and signals officers on our team. Klee wasn't around that much to entertain him either.
Rip.
However, it appears Sir Pouncelot has taken quite the liking to you. The knights on my team would never have imagined that he could warm up to people like this.
Well, they are our dear cat saviors after all. The famed honorary knight and Paimon the cat whisperer. No matter how feisty or frightening the cat, after a few minutes with the traveler and Paimon, they'll be as sweet as can be.
If that's the case, then I have a question for you
Yes. Adopt
both.
kitty.
Would you be willing to adopt Sir Pouncelot?
Wait, really? But doesn't he belong to your team?
What are you doing with a cat on the
We did
road?
take him in, but it was simply out of necessity. We were always planning to find him a permanent home after his condition became more stable. The investigation team is no place for a pet, and we are a combat unit after all.
Yeah, fair enough.
Any knight he got close to would have to go on assignment eventually. It's hardly
I
appropriate
mean, we're
to just
also
leave him at
adventurers. We
camp,
travel constantly.
and bringing him on our missions would only frighten him further.
All good points. He's been
Hi.
through quite the ordeal already. For a creature like that, it's best to keep him away from potential triggers. That way he can slowly recover in peace.
We could set up a nice cozy little home for him in the Serenity Pack.
True.
It has everything he could want, and most importantly, no monsters.
Great. Welcome to the family, Sir Pouncelot.
Thank you so much, Albedo.
Kitty.
Oh, no need to thank me. If you find yourselves with some time on your hands, maybe you can bring him by the encampment sometime. I'm sure my fellow knights would love a chance to see his calmer side.
That was so touching! I can't believe I got to witness such a special moment.
Okay, lady.
I do believe this counts as the Furball Fortress's first successful adoption.
Hey, my veil is not a handkerchief.
It appears you enjoy interacting with small animals, Sister Rosaria. I must admit, I find that a bit surprising.
Paimon can also sense that you're an animal lover, Rosaria. You definitely have a way with cats. You just haven't realized it yet. After all, it's not a side of you that comes out very often. Snowball warmed up to you right from the start, and you were the one that helped Sir Pouncelot calm down back there.
Oh, I didn't really do anything though. I was just there.
Ah, I've got it! I've learned so many useful tips from our dear cat saviors recently. I've decided to extend the shelter's trial period for a bit in order to go over what I've learned. With some effort, I hope I can be a cat whisperer too one day. For now, though, I'll settle for cat whisperer in training. When I open for good, what do you say we run the shelter together, Miss Rosaria? With the two of us, we could rescue every stray in Mondstadt.
Gay?
The sister and the whisperer working together. Almost sounds like it was meant
Is
to
this homosexual to anyone else?
Oh, well, this errand hasn't proved to be too troublesome. It's light on work and stress. I suppose I wouldn't be opposed to your suggestion.
I don't know much about rescuing stray animals, but this seems to be quite the milestone. Allow me to offer my congratulations. If my fellow knights run into any strays, I'll be sure to tell them to send them your way.
Thank you, thank you, thank you! I really can't thank you all enough for your support. Don't worry, there's a generous reward in store for each and every one of you. The trial phase of the Furball Fortress could not have been more successful. When we open for good, you all simply must come to the opening ceremony. We'll cut the ribbon together.
Now that's what Paimon calls a successful commission. Rewarding in more ways than one. Mora, a sense of accomplishment, and of course, our special friend Sir Pouncelot. Talk about a win-win-win. Paimon can't wait for the Furball Fortress to open for good.
A soft, white, fluffy little kitty. It may seem a bit timid at first sight, but once you become familiar, you'll see just how friendly and warm it can be. So why not pluck up your courage, try and get close, and make friends with it? A grey and white kitty with black stripes that is nimble and intelligent. It seems to have all the energy and restlessness of a wild rabbit. If someone were to help tidy up the fur on its head and chest that has been messed up by running around everywhere, it would certainly be most grateful. A grey cat with emerald green eyes that possesses the grace of an aristocat. If you want to build a relationship with it, it wouldn't hurt to imitate the mannerisms of an aristocat and gently raise its paws in an invitation to dance with you. Perhaps this can swiftly help the two of you grow closer. A brash and fearless black and white piebald? Is that how you pronounce it? Cat that seems to be filled with curiosity about everything around it. Others say that it likes to use its agile tail to express itself, so if you'd like to break the ice, why not start with its tail? A gigantic orange cat that seems to have a bit of a temper. Due to the scarf with the insignia of the Knights of Favonius it wears, everyone calls him Sir Pouncelot. When playing with Sir Pouncelot... Oh wait, I thought it was Pouncelot, but it's just Pouncelot. What? When playing with Sir Pouncelot, it is best to exercise caution and patiently find out what he likes and dislikes. Oh, Oz! Took me a second. I was like, what do you mean? There's just Hilly Charles here. Aww. It is rare to have such leisure time. I wonder if my Fräulein is also enjoying herself. Oz seems to be resting. Best not to disturb him. Oh. That was it. Hello. Another guy standing in front of a flute door event. So true. Harley, this guy's laughing and crying at the same time. And he looks pretty familiar, doesn't he? Ah, it's been a while, you two. Do you still remember me? The one who's always sighing? Oh, so you remember that nickname. Yeah, it's me, Jamie, the sighing Amata researcher, shame of my school, and ashamed to this day to speak my name. Oh, Paimon thinks she remembers you now. Is your research going well then? What do you think, Paimon? Well... looks like that's a no. No, thanks to you, my phase potion research achieved rather impressive results. But I was so worried about disappointing my mentor, I never expected him to praise my work to the skies. Ah, Jamie, well done! A student I am proud of indeed. Wait, isn't that a good thing? It would have been good if we had just stopped there, sure. But what happened afterward was a true nightmare. And what happened exactly? Maybe the data we got was too ideal because my mentor, that smiling old fella with a wrinkly smile, got it into his head to try it himself. So I set the experimental site for him and brewed up the most effective of phase potions. And then, under the watchful eyes of countless students, he boldly stood right in front of the monsters while drinking the potion and got ambushed for his trouble. They beat him in the blink of an eye. Fortunately, he's fine. He just needs some bed rest. Regardless, it was my lack of academic proficiency that embarrassed my mentor. That ill-tempered fogey. Damn, the way he described and changed real fast. Then proceeded to blame me all the more for not considering user needs and lacking awareness of practical circumstances. It was a real tongue lashing, I'll tell you that. Any tongue lashes? Wait, that's unreasonable. He's to blame too. Right? Anyway, that's why I'd like you two to bribe him. No. I've got no such ill intentions. Not right now, anyway. Oh, so you've had them before, have you? That's not super important right now. What I mean to say is that after reviewing previous experiments, I have come up with a long-lasting phase potion. What's that supposed to do? I record my mentor's reaction when he was ambushed, and I suddenly realized that we ordinary people tend to freeze up in the face of danger, at a loss as to what to do. If you only drink the potion when you're already in danger, it might have no time to work on you. But this version is different. Once you've drunk it, it will trigger once you encounter danger, which can buy more time for normal folks. How can you tell if you're in danger? Didn't I say so earlier? Ordinary people will lock up when danger approaches. As long as you act normally after drinking the long-lasting phase potion, it will not take effect. But once they freeze on the spot, the potion will kick in, slowing their subjective time. Ooh, so that's how it works. Paimon kinda gets it now. In that case, are you asking us to help you complete your experiment? That's right. Although the long-lasting phase potion was designed for ordinary people, experiments can still be risky, so it would be best to have someone with combat experience do the initial testing. Let Paimon think. Should we help? Nah. Ooh, Paimon's suddenly a little hungry. We could use a meal at Lambad's Tavern, don't you think, Harley? Do we have enough more for that? We're over budget this month. Well, to tell you the truth, despite the tongue lashing, my mentor did grant me a considerable amount of research funding. I would be willing to pay handsomely. In that case, let us lend you our aid. Thank you so much. Please save me from my shattered academic reputation. I'll wait a bit before showing this experiment report to my mentor. Why's that? Well, my mentor's still kinda laid up at Marston. The doctors say that he'll only recover next month at the earliest. Recently, many of my senior students have said that his temper's improved. Well, getting angry is counterproductive to recovering from internal injuries after all. Only when he sees me does he get so angry that his beard stands on end and he will try to get out of bed, clutching his cane. The doctors say that we shouldn't meet for the time being. I mean, absence makes the heart grow fonder, yes? This feels terrible to play. I'm gonna be so real. Like, I like the idea of it being, like, a way to take cool pictures in battle, but, like, it should just be, like, a permanent mode that people can play if they want to. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it should be a combat event. I think it's silly to be having this. Oh, I fucked it up. Yeah, I think it's silly to be having this when, like, you're supposed to also be getting points. Like, just have it as a mode where you can take cool pictures, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm being timed. Sure, that sure was something. See, like, the picture taking is way cooler. There's too much shit in the way, I feel like. Like, there's too much just extra stuff. That's cool, though. The explosion. I wish, like, in the F button was to, like, open the photo taking mode where you could, like, zoom out and stuff. Instead of just being an instant thing. Whoa, this looks cool, though. Wait, she looks so... I'm having way more fun taking pictures, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like how you have, like, the fucking arrows on it though, to show that, like, people have been buffed. Oh wait, that's cool. I think the action shots. Oh yeah, me too. I feel like that's way more interesting than, like, the actual combat. Oh wait, this is cool.
Right here.
What? Oh, now it... Oh, some of their bursts, like, it takes a minute for the pause to kick in. He's just standing there. He's not doing anything fun. Oh wait, that's cool. That's cool.
I'm always watching.
Okay, now we wait. Now, this one sucks because by the time she's finished doing her burst, she's just standing there. That's cool. Stabbing. What is happening? What a shot. That's so funny. This is like a weird ass T-pose. My sleep paralysis demon be like. Oh man.
Right here.
Cute. Okay, I like that one. That one looks a little bit weirder. Yeah, I feel like this event is kind of weird and like underwhelming. I wish they just like focused it on just take photos. You know, like say like the thing would be you have to take a certain number of photos to get the primos. You know what I mean? So people could just like cheese it and take a bunch of shitty photos, but it would encourage people to be like, oh hey, let me take some cool photos while I'm here. Instead of just being like, here are these really clunky mechanics and rules for technically a combat event that isn't a combat event, you know? Phew, I've obtained valuable experimental data once more, and it's all thanks to you. I have to finish my report before my mentor recovers. With any luck, he won't try to test it himself again. I'll stop him from sparring with monsters willy-nilly, even if it costs me my life. Worst comes to worst, I'll take to the fight myself. Even if I fail, they'll at least put, Jammy, he sacrificed himself for his research, on my tomb, eh? I had a drink with a junior 2 days back. He said he wished to study the applications of the long-lasting phase potion in different environments. That way, ordinary people traveling outside will not be helpless when faced with beasts like Rishbone tigers or Spino crocodiles. If this potion becomes widespread, my research topic will gain some practical meaning, won't it? Once that time comes, I'll most certainly put your name into the acknowledgement section. That was it? What was the point of that? I held off on doing that for days because I thought it might actually be like mildly amusing. Jesus Christ, okay. Hello. Hello, friends. What business do the guards have with us? Why don't you take a guess? Is this about us flying around the city and scaling its walls? Ah, so you've done that too, have you? Hang on, let me add it to the list of charges. Wait, you're trying to trick us? Oh, I'm just joking. Introductions are in order, I suppose. I'm Shanae, and this is my senior, Fayz. My senior's come up with a new invention that needs testing. Would the two of you be interested in helping? A new invention? What sort of thing is it? A remote-controlled cannon. Hey! As you can see, earlier turret models require an operator nearby, in which case an enemy just needs to aim at the cannon to get rid of both. But if such weapons can be controlled remotely, that way we can minimize casualties. You invented it so easily too. I mean, that's why they call you the guard who rejected the Fontaine Research Institute's invitation 3 times. 3 times rejected? The Institute? Well, exactly. Let me tell you, they had their eye on him, all right. They would have paid out the nose to have him do high-end research for him. But he stayed all this time because he loves his work. Ah, such moving sentiment. Even so, he could not bear to let his talents go to waste, and so he creates new inventions from time to time to help with our work. Sounds awesome. You flatter me, Shanae. Do you still remember what I said before? The smarter you are, the more important it is to be humble. Yes, sir. In any case, I'd like the two of you to help us verify the feasibility of this remote-controlled cannon. We've already prepped the field and the targets, and rest assured that you will be well paid. In that case, you've come to the right adventurers. The two of us have seen all sorts of stuff during our travels. We can help you figure out if your invention's good to go or not. Nice. In that case, good luck all. Well, this way if you would. What do you think of Freyju's remote cannon? It's pretty good. Good, that's good. You don't sound so excited. Sorry. I mean, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that I knew what the device would look like the moment I looked upon the blueprints. Fayz is the one doing the hard work, and it does look hard. I see that he looks nervous, even though this is no big deal. There's no great risk of an accident occurring. Playing the part of a genius is pretty tiring, don't you think? What are you getting at? That he isn't a real genius. If I had to guess, he's just an ordinary person with a more active mind and ideas than usual. What? It was drunk boasting, you know, that whole rejecting the Fontaine Research Institute's offer 3 times business. He's been putting in the work to protect that lie since. Right. Please keep this a secret for me. Reckon he doesn't think I've noticed. And how did you find out? Probably because I really have rejected them myself, I guess. I'm somewhat aware of their standards. As for Fayz, he's a decent ways off from making the cut. Damn! So you're playing along with his act, then? You could say so. Specifically, I play the role of the ignorant newcomer, asking him all manner of questions. And sometimes I will ask him something particularly difficult on purpose and look at him expectantly, at which he will try his best to hide his embarrassment. Then I accidentally give him hints, and he will turn about and cough, pretending that he knew all along. This whole process is quite fun, which is why I do not intend to expose him. Seeing him run around being busy is one of my favourite hobbies these days. Looks like this show will go on then. I imagine it will. For a long time, in fact. As long as I don't tell him, he won't be able to tell. He even thinks that the newcomer's party was the first time we met, but it was a long time before that. He's so very inobservant. I'm sure he doesn't remember, or perhaps he doesn't care, who he blocked the bullet for that day. Damn. So how are the experiments going? Not bad. Phew, glad to hear it. Do even geniuses worry about their experiments? I'm sure it would be nice if I really were a genius. To be honest, I'm just an ordinary fellow who's lived an ordinary life for 30 years. There's nothing special about me. Mood. I would have been more enthusiastic just a few years ago, but I was shot while rescuing hostages, and as a result, I often wake up in pain at night, so I ended up like this. Gunshot wounds tend to be very troublesome like that. Yeah, just a bit. Fortunately, all the hostages were saved. That was one of the few highlights of my life. Why does Shanae call you a genius then? Oh, about that. I took her and the other newbies out for a party when she first joined, and I might have bragged about my abilities too much while drunk. All that rejected the Institute 3 times business, it was I, in truth, who was rejected. I'm no genius, just a normal person who dabbles in little gadgets. I didn't expect them all to believe me, and since our patrol work isn't all that interesting, they always pester me with questions when they get bored. As such, I've been forced to continue this charade. That said, while my work is nothing compared to the Institute's advanced research, I have constructed quite a few small, useful inventions. Of course, I make them out of pocket, but I keep those greenhorns in the dark by saying that they're funded by the higher-ups, which makes them sound more cool. Please keep my secret if you don't mind. This will fall through one day, I know. Yes, I'm aware, but I imagine their curiosity is limited, and in fact many people have lost interest. Only Shanae remains. Once she too gets bored, I shan't have to continue. I'm sure it'll make me feel a little better, and a little disappointed all at once. Such is base humanity, I suppose. Damn. The data indicates that this invention is a success. Thank you both. Yep, thanks. See, I told you this would go well. With your genius in play, Fayz, this remote-controlled cannon thing was a piece of cake. I suppose. In that case, let's get cracking with the next awesome gadget, and I have a great idea for one too. What? What about an airship that can explore the skies? We have those, Intervat. Or a mega drill that can bore deep underground. Feels like she's trying to make his life difficult on purpose. Those might be a bit of a tall order. I mean, you're the one who rejected the Institute's offer 3 times. I'm sure you can make stuff even they can't, right? Of course. I can only say that it will be tricky, but not a big deal. You know what? I don't want those things anymore. What? Flying up into the sky or delving into the earth both sound boring. Get it? Boring into the earth? Anyway, it's cold up there and it's stuffy down there. I share that sentiment. In that case, could you make something that we'd use normally? Oh, that's right. I love sleeping in the mornings. So could you make me an automatic oven that bakes on its own? Well, now that sounds possible. Her earlier suggestions were intentionally impossible, I think. But we literally have aircraft. What? Alright, let me consider how this might be designed. Nice, I'll take that as agreement. And if it does prove impossible, you'll just have to make me breakfast in the future, eh, Frizu? Heyo. What? What sort of request is that? In any case, you needn't worry. I'm sure such a small invention is well within my skill. I am, after all, a genius. Like, I love Genshin, and, like, I love it enough that, like, very rarely am I, like, mad at things. I feel like Chiori's story quest and Lynette's hangout have both been, like, really good this patch. But I feel like the potions event kind of missed the mark. I feel like the UI on that was really weird. The way they structured it was quite confusing and sort of didn't make sense. And I don't feel like the gameplay was like engaging enough. Like, I know some people have enjoyed it, but for me personally, I don't feel like the gameplay was engaging enough to get me to want to keep like slogging with it, even when I'd done like a lot of the achievements and stuff. Like, I think it's sort of, they frame it as if like you're gonna want to keep playing it until the event is gone. But I didn't find it interesting enough. Like, it didn't feel worth the grind of trying to get every last thing. And the interactions were not interesting, really. And there wasn't really much of a plot either. So for a patch event on like a quite quiet patch just felt odd. Like, I don't know. I appreciate probably 4.6 is going to be a lot bigger, and so they're working on that, but I don't know. Usually when they have a quieter patch, they'll put like... What's it about 1.5? I mean, I didn't play 1.5, so I don't know. But usually when they have a quieter patch, they have a bigger event. Like, for example, 3.5 was quite quiet, but they had Wind Bloom, which was fun. 4.3 was pretty quiet, but they had, like, the big event with, like, Chivrous and stuff, Fontanalia Film Festival, so I feel like it makes up for it. But when you have, like, a smaller patch event like that, during a patch where there's not a whole lot else going on, it just feels a little bit... Like, at least give us something, even if it's limited time. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I know some people have really enjoyed the potion event. I wish there was more story, and I wish the story was more interesting other than, I'd like a potion. Here is a potion. You know? Like, there wasn't really any, like, story arc. It was just, we make potions, we get better at making potions. This is missing something, and I feel like they did the shop management sim a lot better in 3.1, actually, when they did the Mondstadt event. And they had that shop that you had to run. Like, I feel like the UI was better in that. And, like, it was structured better with how the story wove in. So even though the gameplay for the potion event was a little bit more interesting than the gameplay for the shop, I feel like I enjoyed the shop better because it was just, like, designed better, you know? Even though neither one of them were, like, super interesting to me, I feel like Star Rails, Belobog Museum, and Aurum Alley were a little bit better written, personally, but yeah, I don't know. I have conflicting feelings about it, and like I said, like, the taking the pictures in the Fayz Trials is fun, but I feel like they were a little bit unclear as to what they wanted to do with this Fayz Trials event. Like, they wanted it to be about the picture taking, but they also have set it up like it's a combat event, and so they have all the stuff, like, attached to that, but it's not really a combat event, and it feels unsatisfying to play it if you play it as a combat event.
Traveling
So,
to
like,
other worlds is all that anyone seems to be writing
it feels
about
weird that
these
they're
days.
giving rewards for getting certain,
Goodness
like,
knows what they
achievements
find
in the
so
levels
disappointing
when...
about their own world.
A, it's so easy to get those achievements, and B, it doesn't feel good to try and go for those achievements. Like, there's no incentive, really. I don't know, it's... Unfortunately, they missed this time, I think. Even though the pictures are fun. Especially to get pictures of characters that you may not have. It would have been nice if there were more trial characters available, though, or more characters of your own that you could use. A little bit sad that you were just limited to the exact 2 that they gave you.